Hello?
Hello, this is Officer A with your monthly department.
Uh-huh.
Hey, sorry to bother you again, sir. I just want to kind of let you know what's going on. Maybe you might be able to help out from your position. So, basically, Miss Pollard wanted to report her as missing. So we had to put her in the missing person system. I was able to locate an address for Alice, Grandma, and Tracy. And so I had the sheriff's department go out there and attempt to locate Nija, and I guess she moved from that address, so we don't have another address for
Right.
her.
Like I said, like I don't even know her address. Like I don't like I'm over the way. Like I'm out the way, so I don't.
I know you are. So I spoke to her. I spoke to Alice briefly on the phone and explained to her, like, hey, look, like, Miss Bullard was able to give us a custody order saying that she has full custody of the child. And,
Right.
When that happens, that removes. So usually what would happen when you turn 14 is you can choose which parent to stay with.
Right.
But when there's a child custody order in place, unfortunately that removes the child's...
So my understanding is this with that child custody thing is, do she have custody of 2 kids or all 4? Because it says that she had custody of two out of 4 kids, which is Jerry kids, Nehemiah and Nigel.
The order that I have that she was able to show me says all 4 kids are on there.
Because I never gave up my rights, and I never even been to court. Like I'm not trying to fight her on this, but like it goes by the like you gotta but it's just like I never got subpoenaed or went to courts to give up my rights. So is that really valid against Nigeria when you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I hear you. That's a good question. To be honest, usually we don't deal with child custody order too much, just because in the eyes of the criminal law side, it's civil, but it's this weird gray area where the family court says we should enforce it, and so it's just a weird area.
Yeah, I mean, like, if y'all want to force it. But, officer, I believe, if she go back, she's just going to... This is a repeated cycle, officer. This is not the first time, second time, third time, fourth time. This is an ongoing thing since she's been 13 years old. So it's going to keep happening until she turned 18. If Tkeyah want to keep dealing with that, then, that's just what Tkeyah wants to deal with,
Yeah. No, and I hear you. So I was able to talk to Alice real quick on the phone, and she's like, hey, look, like, I'm not going to bring her back. I'm not withholding her, but I'm not going to help you out.
Right.
Anything like that. So because of that information, my supervisors have me write a small case to send to the district attorney just saying, like, hey, this lady is contributing to the delinquency of a minor because she's keeping her from mom and keeping her from...
No, ain't nobody keeping her away from her mom. But they did threaten my mom. And my mom is about 60 years old. She just had a hip replacement. So she doesn't feel safe to have none of them at her house. You understand?
And I hear that.
So I don't even know where she stay at, but I wouldn't even put my mom in that type of danger because these are young girls that we're talking about, 20, 30 years old. And if they overpower my mom, then who's going to go to jail for this?
They would.
So my thing is this, officer. If I don't want my mom to get hurt.
Yeah.
So that's why my mom is saying this, because we have messages of her family threatening my mom.
Yeah. So my hope is that I wonder if you can call. Mom won't answer my calls. I'm either she won't answer them or her phone died. I'm not really sure. But I was just wondering if you might be able to ask her if she could just bring her by a police department or something, so that way it's at a safe location, and then the officers can kind of take Najee and then call mom, and then that way mom can get her.
Well, the police can go pick her up from my mom's house and take her home.
Yeah, but the problem is no one knows where that is. So
I can get the address. That's easy, but I can get the address, but I'm not willing to have them go to my mom's house. I will give the address to the police, no problem. But I'm not going to give Tkeyah my mom's address because she threatened my mom.
No, I hear that. Yeah, that would be helpful if you don't mind.
Yeah, ain't nobody withholding her, and I don't want no charges brought up against my mom.
That's what I figured. I can't get a hold of her again, and so I don't know if she's just not answering the phone or what. And so I'm just trying. I'm working overtime at this point because I'm just trying to, one, avoid anyone from getting charges, and then two, just trying
Yeah,
to
but at the end of the day, Officer Tkeyah need to do a better uh
she does.
you know, like she need to do better. This not the first time, officer.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
No,
I get calls all the I'm what they call a dad, like an absent dad or whatever you may, you know. But I get calls all the time about this.
Mhm.
And it's like it happens 5 times out the year.
Yeah. No,
You know,
I'm sure it does because we get a lot of calls too.
and Tkeyah had a stroke. And Tkeyah had a stroke over this type of stuff with Najee. So medically, she shouldn't even be putting herself through this type of stress, you know?
Yeah, right.
And I don't want her stressing. I want her to be okay, but it's like, okay, like you want your daughter, but you got to make sure that your daughter wants to be at home, you know?
Right.
And you cannot kick her out or tell her that her clothes is going to the shelter.
Right.
That is crazy, you know?
That's not appropriate.
So who's, you know, I'm not pointing fingers, but it's just, you know, and I tell Tkeyah all the time, like, man, you got to do better, man. Stop talking to her like that. Maybe, you know, maybe if you loosen up your grip, you know, just like loosen up a little bit, give her some slack, you know, let her go out with her friends and let her, you know, go experience whatever life she want to call life. Let her experience it for herself. Like she's growing, like, and she's going to want to be more curious as the days go by. But Tkeyah don't want to give her that type of leeway because she feels like she's not you know, compatible of living on her own. But I think that we should just emancipate her at this point.
That's fair. Yeah. No, I hear you.
Yeah, but you know, let me get my mom address and I can text you. You know, because I don't want no charges against my mom, and you know, and we can figure something out, officer.
Yeah, no, I really appreciate that. And if mom's uncomfortable with me having her out, even if she could like maybe bring her by the police station or something, or whatever police station, that would be fantastic. I was like, dude, how do I avoid writing this on grandma, and how do I get the kid back? I was like,
because all my mom want to do is help. You know, my mom knows what's going on, but Tkeyah want to pull this. They're on drugs. They can't be like Najee can't be over there. Like my mama haven't did drugs in years, man.
Yeah.
You know, my mama owns Section 8. Like she got a nice house. You know, she just moved for having. You know, my mom take care of my disabled niece, man. You know. And she got catheters and all types of stuff going on. Like my mom's a ex-CNA, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, my mom is smarter than what people think. Just because she did crack in her day, it doesn't mean that she's not smart. Like doctors did crack back in the day. Yeah, you know, like we are all in our right minds, man. But the kid just need to do better, man. She just got to do better, and I hope that this experience will make her do better because Najee has a army behind her to support whatever decision that's going on, and that's what it is. She doesn't like that. She doesn't like my family. That's just what it is. Yeah, she just don't like. Yeah, she don't like them. But Tkeyah is on Section 8 herself, so you can't talk about nobody that's on Section 8 if you on Section 8. You know, I don't even own the house at all. You know, but I'm doing better than you, Tkeyah. At least my daughter wants to come around, and I would like for her to come around and to continue to come around. But you know, sometimes, officer, you know, us as men, we don't get our ways at times.
I hear you.
You know what I'm saying? But let me figure out this address, sir. You know, I'll be more than welcome to text you.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. We'll talk to you later.
Yep. Let me send you shit, bitch. Off my phone.